Hey everyone, we're back with Chaos Child. Last time we started on Arimura's route, which is objectively better than the common route, because it has less Alba Dorm content than the common route. Instead of going to Alba Dorm, we went back to the RV. So we know it's going to be a great route. Anyway, I think we're in a flashback now? 2005, yeah. It's all, the word sepia? They say that every person has a single image somewhere in their mind that defines who they are. Sepia? Sepia? I don't know. There's a visual novel with that name, Sepia Tears. I recorded a couple videos of. Do I still have that, actually? Is that still on my hard drive somewhere? I'm looking around. Hold on. Type in sepia. Oh? Oh, that's the thumbnails for it. Did I ever upload it? I don't even know. I might have it on a flash drive or something. That was like 2018 though. I don't think I'm ever finishing that game. I know it referenced to Minako though, so it has to be good. For Arimura Hinai, that image was her family, seated around a dinner table. Oh, that's her brother. Her mom and dad, and her brother. The four of them sitting around the table. What color are those ribbons? It's hard to tell with the lighting. Are those the black ones? Or are those red? There's a third Arimura around? That image, more than anything else, defined the kind of person that Hinae was. Her mom and dad both worked hard, and on weekdays they'd often come home late. Sometimes they didn't even come home at all. But Hinae never felt alone. She was never alone because she had an older brother. Her parents had told her that when she was born, he'd been the happiest boy in the world. But she didn't need to hear that to know how much she meant to her brother. Hinae was always a pretty face ever since she was a baby. She'd always been popular. She'd always had a pretty face, sorry. Her brother loved her more than anyone. Whenever Hinae cried, he'd always try to make her feel better. When it was time to put her to sleep, he'd rock her in his arms. He was in one of the older classes at elementary school. He probably wanted to play with his friends. He had a lot of friends, actually. Every day they'd invite him over. He'd always turn them down and come straight home to be with Hinae. So, like, I mean, that's a little, like, you can go hang out with your friends. Their parents working, working so much, she spent a lot of time alone in the house. Probably didn't want Hinae to go through the same thing. Normally, acting like that would cost him his friends, but that's never happened. It's just that good of a big brother. As Hinae got older, she became more and more like a young girl. Her brother loved her even more. Her parents decided that Hinae could safely be left in her brother's care, instead to come home even later. But every Sunday, they were always home. Sometimes they'd all go out somewhere for the day, then come back in the evening to eat at the dinner table. That's the rule of the Arimura household. Hold on, look at the back of this guy's head. He actually does kind of look like the doctor from Chaos Head. That hairstyle? A little, come on, a little bit. There's always warm food and her family was always smiling. That's what happiness meant to her. It was something so natural and so normal that she never doubted it. And everyone died in the earthquake. It was the truth. Oh, hey, Serica. Yeah, it was awful. I just can't catch a break. The first thing I did when I got back to school the next morning was tell Serica what had happened. I had no way of knowing what had happened to that woman after that. I checked the news when I woke up. Not only did I not find a name, I couldn't even find anyone reporting on the attack. However, there are a lot of people on the social networks talking about this strange woman. After all that chaos, the police had to have known about her. Still, I didn't know what would happen next. I was a little hesitant to go to school, but I figured I wouldn't be willing to attack me. She wouldn't be willing to attack me in broad daylight. Since I made it here safely, I figured that I was right. What happened? I took Arimura to my room, of course. And we fell down on the bed together. What else could I mean? Of course, it's not like it's gonna bring the woman who tried to kill us. Felt like she's implying something. What are you grinning about? You can read my mind, you know nothing happened. How rude. Listen, I've told you this 1,000 times before. I'm a normie. This is nothing for me. Sure. You. Many times. And Gen is meant no-no, so it's implied no-no has been there. Maybe Kazuki visited once, possibly?
ほらほら、初めてでしょでしょ
Shut up! I miss Ditzy Serica. Can we keep her?
ね何かあったりした
Serica's voice dropped into a conspiratorial whisper as she grinned at me. What do you mean, something?
またまたとぼけちゃって、そんなの決まってるでしょ
Of course not. We were almost killed. We had bigger things to worry about. I love this scene in the context of, you know, knowing Serica can read minds. And she's just, she's finally now thinking, oh, how do I get Takuya a rom-com life? So I'm working Arimura into her plans.
本当はまんざらでもなかったり
I did not.
あらら、そこにいるのは
Oh, is that Best Girl? Turning around to saw Arimura herself waving at us. Arimura.
はーい、有村です。宮代先輩、チャオっす。
Yaotsu. Yeah. Arimura was acting nothing like the way she did last night in my room, and I wasn't sure how to deal with it. But I guess she was always like this at school. The white Arimura always lies.
セリも、チャオっす。チャオっす、ひなちゃん。
Phew, I guess she didn't hear what we were talking about. She heard everything. Time to change the subject.
で、一体何が違うってんですか
Did you hear what we were saying?
まんざらでもないとか違うとか何の話だったんですねえ、教えてくださいよ。いいでしょ
Serica, you better not snitch.
それがね、実は
I didn't! It's nothing important.
ふーん
Her voice was chipper, but her eyes weren't laughing at all. Right. No way I could lie to Arimura. We were talking about yesterday, is all.
昨日の
Yeah.
昨日のねえ、そうですか
Oh, that must have been good enough for her. Wait, hold on. Say that again?
昨日の
He no?
うん
No? We were talking about no the whole time. It's fitting her to be more suspicious. Oh, that's right. Arimura could only tell if I was lying or telling the truth. In other words, I was safe as long as they didn't tell her everything. Yeah, she's not smart. She can't pick up on social cues. Maybe I could use that with Arimura in the future.
そうだ、そんなことより宮代先輩、これ見てくださいよ。
Arimura gently rubbed her hair, which she tied up to the side. Did you do something with your hair?
わかりません？ほら、ここ、髪の毛のここんとこ、昨日のあれでチリチリボーンになっちゃって。
Oh, I remember that. Where? Got closer to look, but I couldn't really tell.
ほら、ここっすよ、ここ。
Doctor, this is called flirting. Get with the program. No, you're right. It's not a big deal, right?
ああ、なんすかその言い方。女子の髪の毛をなんだって思ってんですか？だいたい先輩がさっさとなんとかしてくんないからですよ。
That's not even remotely fair. Right, Onoi?
うんふん。
Onoi?
うんふん。
She's Kazuki!
先輩、セリどうしちゃったんすか？
She's enjoying youth. Oh, she's always been like this. Don't worry about it. She's probably thinking about something stupid again. Yeah, classic Serica. If I asked her about it, I'd probably have a mess on my hands.
あ、そうだ。それより宮代先輩、例の能力のことですけど。
Yeah, what's up? She was whispering, so I whispered too. I wanted to talk about that too.
例の能力ってもしかしてあの剣が見えるとかいう？セリ、誰が聞いてるかわかんないんだから、そんな大きな声で話すなっつーの。ごめん。それで先輩。
Yeah. I'm actually learning to control it a little. Maybe.
それってタクも不思議な力が使えるようになったってこと？
Is this a new song? Like, I've been listening to it, but it sounds new. This is like Arimura's theme? Kind of sounds like it has a vocal version. Like, does that make sense? Like, is this gonna be like the credit song to her route? But
セリ、
I don't know music enough to explain it, but it sounds like there's a vocal variation of it. After what had happened yesterday, I've been exhausted, but I did what I could to learn more about my power. Looked like I needed to use someone else's brain to make my delusions real, so I asked Gen-san to be my guinea pig. Knowing Gen, he'd be so drunk that he'd forget about it after a day. Okay, this is the same thing with Sakuma. Right? He was kind of in the room, they were talking about like, oh yeah, look, all the psychics and stuff, yeah, back when they were doing the brain scan, right? And you know, to the audience, it's like, oh, they're just talking about it in front of him, that must look weird. But actually, he knew the whole time. It's just like that with Gen. Gen knows something. I don't know if he's evil or good, or maybe he's Hoenn Kyoma in disguise. We don't know. But there is something up with Gen. And as a result, you move things that aren't too heavy.
ちょっとくらいって、例えば石とかですか?
No, a little tinier maybe?
じゃあ、ノートとか?
Couple pages.
何それ? そんなんじゃスカートめくりくらいにしか使えないじゃん。
I would never do such a thing, Serica. That would never happen. Might not be anything special right now. Eventually I'll be able to move stuff that's heavier. Serica, you jerk! I tried to in the yard! Still flipping up skirts, huh? Never thought of that. I believe we have to do the positive delusions. At least that's what the guide said to do. If we looked at, what a brilliant idea! Couldn't do it here. Might be a good chance to show off my powers. What's war, Serica? This is your fault to begin with. An amazing win, V2. You know how hard I moved to move a tiny little object? Barely got a wink of sleep last night. The least you could do after all that effort. Is this a delusion or an actual... Okay, I think it's a delusion based off.
Toku?
See, I see. If you really want to see it, then I'll show you.
Miyashiro senpai?
Sorry, but it's too late for your regrets now. Curse your own foolishness for giving me the idea. No one can stop me now. Whoa! I concentrated. They're playing the organ? A terrible, beautiful Excalibur appeared in the corner of my eye. Power welled forth from deep within me. Come, my Excalibur! Give me power! Behold, this is my gigalomaniac ability. This is my power! I wonder if we're gonna see that effect again. That feels oddly high effort to just throw into a random delusion scene of like the little orb. We're gonna get a CG. My power lifted up the skirt of every single girl in school. Yep. Okay. Beautiful. Try to hold down your skirts, but it won't work. No one can stop my power. That's what you say before someone stops your power. See that? That is my... That's right, this is my power. Yeah. Okay, we can end this now. Yeah, wonderful dream. Every single school. Yeah. You understand now? We do whatever I tell you now. All right, then I forgive you. Okay. Wait, what? The chaos around me began to subside. Now it's just child. Semicolon child. Yeah. If only. That was Arimura gonna ask if I...
ねえセリ、宮代先輩どうしちゃったん? 気にしないで、いつものことだから。
Does Serica know what he just imagined?
であるからして、この場合は天秤よ。
I think she might. Arimura and I decided it would be better not to use my power for a while. No matter what that woman was after, it's very likely that it had something to do with our powers. Which meant that I should avoid doing anything that would attract attention. Everybody knows that when you have a trump card like this, it's best to master it in secret, play it at the right moment.
これをこの式に代入すると。
Anyway, why was math always such a pain? I wanted information, not formulas. Numbers and formulas were just ideas, didn't provide any benefit at all as information. I mean, formulas are the information though. They're ideas that give you, math's not real, math is fake, it's all made up. At times like this, I took out my Pokecom and hid it under my desk, then loaded Shibuya News. What?
Oh? どうした宮代
Oh no, it's nothing.
そうかじゃあ次の問題解いてみろ
Something happened with crap, that was a mistake. But this is big news. I assume hi to Rico.
おい大変だニュースだニュース
Hey Ito. Is he mind controlled already? I heard the door to the clubroom fly open and Ito ran inside. What is it? Well yeah, I guess he killed Takuya in the bad ending in chapter 4, so yes he is. Why are you yelling?
何落ち着いてんだ宮代ニュースなんだよそれも大ニュースいいかよく聞けなんと例の事件ニュージェネの再来と呼ばれる一連の事件
They were arrested, right?
そうなんだよなんだお前知ってたのか
Of course they did. Who do you think I am? Call myself the biggest right sider in the school for a reason. Everything you learned, I learned a long time ago because I checked it during class.
それじゃあ捕まったやつの情報も
Ito Rico, age 18, unemployed, was arrested by a police officer last night on suspicion of being behind several arson cases in Shibuya, right?
なんだ知ってたのかよつまんねえの今度こそ俺の方が早いと思ったのによ
Okay, I'm glad we're skipping the whole Senri thing. To tell the truth, I just found out about it in math class. That's how information works. Knowing things first puts you at an advantage. That said, I was overjoyed to know that the woman who'd attacked me had been arrested. Now I wouldn't have to be afraid of being attacked again. We just entered the room. Hey, Siri.
でもうち的には捕まってよかったのかな
なんだよ尾上それどういう
だってさ事件がもっと大きくなってればもっとでっかいスクープをゲットできるチャンスもあったかもしれないでしょ
確かにそうだなそういう意味では惜しかったとも言えるか
タク的にはどうもっと事件を追いたかった
Yeah, no, I'm done. I want to go hang out with my not girlfriend. I wasn't sure. It was true that the bigger this got, the more people would be paying attention. Well, I think it's for the best.
なんだお前にしては随分消極的な意見だなもっと起きてくれってんじゃないかと思ったが
If... Wait, I just thought of a funny idea. So you know there's a Chaos Child Love Choo Choo? I like the idea of it being like a dating sim, and Sarika keeps like setting up obstacles for Takuya because if it was just like, you know, a regular, he just normally dated a girl, it wouldn't be fun enough for him. So, like, you know, like the cliches you'd see in like some romance manga, like, oh, a childhood friend from long ago that you promised to marry just showed up. What else? You know, that kind of stuff. Make it sound like I want people to die. Listen up, just so we're clear, I'm not a psychopath. I don't want people to get murdered. I only wanted to know the truth about the murders that have already happened. Because Sarika's like, oh no, what? Honestly, I was a little disappointed that the case had ended this way. But half of me felt relieved too. Anybody who'd been the target of a murder attempt could understand how terrifying it was for me to have that woman with those strange powers try to kill me. There were ways to deal with it with a physical attack. Her powers violated all the laws of physics. The miracle had gotten away from her alive at all. I was honestly glad that that woman, Haida, had been caught. Well, I'm a little disappointed. Now that the police have her, they'll be taking everything over. Just like Inoue said, things had dragged on a little longer, even more people would have been paying attention to the case. If I'd been the one to solve it, the newspaper club would have become famous. No point in complaining about that now.
待てよ。これってさ、俺たちが追ってた事件は全て終焉を迎えたってことか
Yeah, it's over. Well, before I could give my opinion, the door opened.
ジョースひなえちゃんの登場ですよ
The true heroine has shown up. Arimura, what are you doing here?
あー冷たい共に生死を分ける戦いをくぐり抜けた仲なのに
ああ、そういや宮代が襲われた時有村も一緒だったんだっけか
そうっすよ こう暗いお姉さんが現れたと思ったらドカーンボワードーン
Oh, she said wham!
そりゃもう大変だったんですから。
Well, it's more of a wah! And really hear the M in it. She was waving her hands in an exaggerated manner as she spoke. It was impossible to figure out what she was trying to say.
ほう、なるほどなるほど、ここが新聞部ですか。そういえばひなちゃんってここ来るの初めてだっけ？あの日、ほら文化祭の日に来てるけど、あの時はじっくり見たりいじったりできる感じじゃなかったじゃん。
Arimura walked around the room, staring at everything. Stopped in front of the bulletin board on the wall.
あ、これかっこいい。海外ドラマみたい。
Right? Got all of our observations on the case.
ねえねえセリ、これは何？それはね。
She wasn't listening at all.
なあ宮代、さっきの話だけどさ。
Yeah? Before, what was
だ
that?
から事件はこれで終わりかってこと。
Okay, I was thinking about that. And you don't have to kill my little sister
何
anymore, Ito.
何の話っす？
Till a moment ago, she was enjoying her conversation with Serica. Now, Arimura happily butted into ours. We're talking about the case. You're the woman who attacked us got arrested, right? So...
え？捕まったんですか？
Wait, you didn't know?
怖いよ。
But yeah, that's what I said. She has friends in a lot of places. Seemed like she'd be really quick to pick up on new information. So I was surprised to see she was actually a wrong-sider.
なんだよもう。警察も捕まったなら捕まったって教えてくれればいいのに。
You're right. Almost got burned to a crisp.
ですよね。利用する時だけ利用して、これだから市民の信用をなくしちゃうんですよ。
まあ警察への文句は置いといてだ。その宮代の考えってのは？
You can make a joke. I don't know how to take the joke though. You like something about it that she must use Twitter. I don't know. I don't know how to construct the joke. Pretend I made a funny joke, okay? Go ha ha ha. That's a great joke. Or see. Okay, listen. You look back at all the murders that have happened so far. First, there were the murders, and then there were the fires as well. It's sad to think about the relationship between the two of them. First thing I had to do was go over all the cases that had happened so far. We're doing this in the Arimura route. All the cases that had happened so far, forming what people were calling the return of New Gen Madness. First murder was Don't Look, yes. Second, Audio Bleed. Third was Revolving Dead. Kakita died. I remember that one clearly. I've been there after all. I'm guessing we might learn a little more about Kakita in this route, maybe? Fourth murder was another one I never forget. So morbidly obese. Those were the four murders that had happened so far. Problem was what came next. The fires. Got a text message. This could be anything. Okay. It was something. It was anything. Fires had happened near the Don't Look incident in Jinan. Near the Audio Bleed incident in Shinsen. Near the Revolving Dead incident around the Love Hotel. Near the morbidly obese incident, in other words, near Hekiho Academy. The fires happening regularly near the sites of the return of the New Gen Madness. Is this gonna be the Haida Riko route then? Like where we learn what's up with her? So we know that the fires are taking place near the sites of the murder. We strange to think that they weren't connected somehow. Concluded that the fires were all set by Haida Riko, the pyrokinetic gigolomaniac.
でもそれじゃあ手口が違うのはなんでだ？これまでの事件とは明らかにやり口が違うだろう。
That's because... Why? I know, the guys in incidents were just practice. She practiced, but it didn't go well, so she chose a different method. What? You don't look satisfied. You got an opinion that's second.
意見っていうかさ。
じゃあ、あの施設はどうなるんです？
Do you think Ito has to word what he says like really carefully here? Because it's not like he's been mind controlled to be like, oh, I know nothing about it. So Arimura could pick up on a lie, he said, right? Arimura seemed annoyed at Ito's inability to finish his sentence, and interrupted with a doubt of her own. That lab? I mean the one in the basement?
そうです。あそこで行われてた研究。あれは 事件と関係なかったって宮代先輩は思うんですか？
Well, oh yeah, we never really found out who arranged everything to disappear like that. Like, remember, Sakuma's backstory of being like an ousted member of the committee is fake. Is he just a regular member of the committee? Or is someone else a member of the, well, presumably a member of the committee cleaned it up, right? Was it the teacher? Everyone knows the teacher's evil. It probably did. Experiments that were performed down there ended with the earthquake. It'd be strange for her to suddenly start killing people now. I told Arimura that. She still didn't look satisfied.
柿田さんのことはご存知ですよね。
The victim of revolving dead, right? I think...
はい。あの人が私の兄の友人だったって話はしましたよね。
I remember that she had... Oh! That's it? Okay, okay. I forgot about that. I remember... Like, she knew more about Kakita that was said around this time. I forgot what it was because it was such an unimportant detail.
今だから正直に言いますけど、彼は私たちのような能力者について調べていたんです。そしてその後ろには何か巨大な組織が関わっているかもしれないって。
You got it pretty deep then.
巨大な組織な。まるで陰謀論だな。で、その組織ってのは？
それを事件のあったあの日に教えてくれる予定でした。ですが。
Ah, he died. No, he was murdered. Bad timing. Then you're trying to say the killer wasn't Hidoriko?
そういうわけじゃないですよ。私には難しいことわかんないし。ただ、仮にあの人が犯人だとしても、裏にはまだ何かあるんじゃないかって。そんな風に。
Oh. Sorry. What do you think, Ito?
まあ確かに組織とか機関とかってのは魅力的な言葉ではあるが、あんまリアリティはねえよな。
See, that's denying it without directly saying no. Like, he's just saying it doesn't sound realistic.
結局どっちにしても今の状況じゃ判断材料が少なすぎるっつうかさ。
What about you, Ono? And, like, he might not even know about the committee.
私はそうだな。タクはどう思う？
Yep. Don't answer a question with a question.
そうだけどさ、私にはわかんないんだもん。
If you don't know, at least try to think about it, okay? Oh, fine. I'll tell you my own opinion. I don't want to get attacked again, so I hope she is the killer. To be honest, I still thought it was a miracle I made it out of that alive. If she attacked me when I was asleep, I wouldn't have lasted a minute. Now we just wait to see what the police say. Whether she's the killer or not, it'd be a good idea to be careful for a while now.
私もそう思います。お昼も話をしましたけど、特に能力者である私と宮代先輩は用心した方がいいでしょうね。
Silently nodded. Normally I'd want to practice and try to learn to better control my abilities. Be smarter to wait and see if the case ended first. Alright, for now we'll just be careful. So this Taku is a weaker psychic, but also he has more practice with his sword. Just as we finished, we heard the sound of someone pounding the wall in the corner again. Kazuki? Eesh, again? Hey, Kazuki! She's so busy with ESO too, she couldn't hear us again. Oh no way, we all forgot Kazuki existed. We'll find out what she's for, eventually. Okay. Seika nodded, went over to Kazuki, took off her headphones.
おーい、花ちゃん。壁殴っちゃダメだってタクが。
What is her deal?
先輩、その人は。
Oh, has she not met her? Oh, I guess he never saw her before. Kazuki Hana. She's a first-year student and a member of our club.
さっきまでそこにいるって全然気づかなかった。
Arimura walked over to her.
チャオス。
Kazuki bowed her head.
私、有村ひなえ。ひなちゃんとか、ひな先輩って呼んで。あなたは、花でいいよね。
Yeah. She bowed again.
ごめん、声に出してもらえる？
Should a lie detector?
ああ、ダメだよ、ひなちゃん。花ちゃんは喋んないから。そうなの？ なんで？宗教上の理由とか？
Yeah, can't she talk?
理由は知らないけど喋らないんだよね。ねえ。
She bowed.
一言も？一言も。そうなんだ。ま、それはそれでいっか。楽だし。じゃあそういう。お近づきの印にシェイクハンド。
She's up to something, like... Kazuki was still hesitant, but Arimura grabbed her hand and swung it around. I guess because they're just talking about psychics and stuff. She wants to make sure Kazuki doesn't, you know, spill the beans. Swung it around. It's probably her version of a handshake. Surprised me was that Kazuki didn't seem upset. The fact that she'd resist Arimura's attempt to force them to be friends, she seemed kind of embarrassed. But then something happened that completely shattered my wildest expectations.
これからもよろしくね、花。
Arimura, is she gonna talk? As Arimura swung her arm around.
What?
This is the biggest plot twist in the history of the science adventure series. Wait, what? Hey, what's that?
カズキが喋った。
The whole room shouted in amazement. We'd known Hana for about 6 months. This is the first time we'd ever heard her voice. Well, I want it. But Hana herself seemed more surprised than anyone. Felt like she didn't intend to speak, just by caught up in Arimura's energy.
なんだ、可愛い声してるじゃん。もっと喋ればいいのに。
Can Arimura like force people to tell the truth?
ねえねえ、もう一回喋って。せーの、はい。いいじゃんいいじゃん。ちょっとだけでいいからさ。
She wasn't going to say anything else, it seemed.
まさ
But
か
I just
あ
realized
のカズキが。
Kazuki's literally just Nagato. She's the glasses girl who doesn't say anything and sits in the corner all day. How have I not made that connection? I mean, blue and purple hair are pretty close.
本当に喋れたんだね。
So it's possible Kazuki's like an alien robot. Arimura's energy that scares me most of all. Everything we talked about that day seemed pretty important. It's all blown away by Ashaka Kazuki actually speaking. Okay. That's a good stopping point. I promise you, the title of the video is going to be Kazuki talked or Kazuki spoke or something along those lines. It has to be that. That is the biggest revelation in the whole. Well, that's a spoiler though. It's like, that's on the level, like, you know, like how I can't put like Ito being evil in a thumbnail. That's a spoiler. It's like that. I can't spoil everyone that Kazuki can talk. I don't know. See you guys next time. Bye.